Get ready for a 2-hour stream because we are raiding custom Magic the Gathering cards today. And this first card comes from Demichi, who loves super chatting custom cards on days that are not custom card streams. But we've got Jeff, the land shark here. Walks on land, evolved to have feet. This is a 4-mana 0/4 shark hero. Forest Walk, Island Walk, Vigilance. I don't really understand the forest walk part. I mean, you can walk on land, but doesn't mean you've mastered the forest. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Jeff, the land shark, or create a food token. Now, whenever you sacrifice a food on your turn, you may draw a card. That is very interesting. I thought this was a pretty underwhelming card before that we got that thing. So it's a landfall triggering mayhem card that it's unblockable versus 2/5 of the color pie. Does have vigilance, which means, oh, that's interesting. Also, if we make the food token, we don't get the buff. So you get buff or you get card draw. And also it basically turns the food into clues because it still costs 2 mana to crack. I think this is an interesting card. It's got the M for Mythic. I think it's a little bit above fair because I think 2 fetch lands, it's already a 4/4 creature, which is pretty massive. And the longer the game goes on, the more likely you can accrue some value out of this guy. But not immediately, for certain, not immediately. All right, the freebie section. Dredge up the past. Not this type of dredging we like to do. I guess old dredging is pretty ugly. It's a black instant. Exile a card from target opponent's graveyard. You and that player each lose X life, where X is the card's converted mana cost. What? Yeah, well, last week it was you who set the dog on fire. I didn't know that was a common problem to have in a marriage. Whoops, set the dog on fire. It's very funny. I guess this is, who would use this? Burn? Exile a card from target opponent's graveyard. You know what? This could be an absolute haymaker card versus certain reanimator decks, because they would, but you would also lose 8 life. But you know what? You would play it in a deck where you don't care to lose the 8 life. I think this would be an excellent card versus in a black burn type deck. Love it. It's pretty good. Yeah, great flavor text. Fantastic flavor text. Haymaker Graveyard Hate card. Nothing like hitting your opponent for 8 damage. Okay, the first stone. 1 mana, legendary artifact. Tap, sacrifice this artifact, deal 3 damage to target player. What, we threw a rock at somebody? Unless you have committed no crimes this game, you may not cast the first stone. Okay, I sort of get it. This is like, there's something to do with cast, like whoever threw the first stone. Is this like a biblical thing? I knew it. I could feel it. I could feel it. The little dead fly. So I don't know. I don't know what the Bible says. I don't know the lore of the Bible, but according to this, if someone throws a stone at me, I'm allowed to throw a stone back at them. But we had to have made sure that we committed no crimes. So unless you've committed no crimes this game, you may. But then that means I have to commit a crime first. So if I commit a crime by targeting somebody, then I may cast I may throw the first stone. I don't even feel like so if I targeted someone, that was the first stone. This is like the second stone. The damn draw says, he who is without sin may cast the first stone. Who is without sin? That's too deep for me. I don't get it. You're making it sound like, okay, if I'm pure, I'm allowed to throw stones here. May cast the first stone. Oh, I see. What it really means is, if I've never cast a stone before, then I have essentially cast the first stone, but then I can never cast it again because I've sinned. Something like that. What counts as a crime? When you target something. Targeting any player or permanent is a crime. So it won't even be the first stone, because I've already committed a crime then. I don't think there's restriction. Well, anyway, the card works. Nothing against the card. I just don't know if it makes any sense. biblically. Okay, we have literal thief. Oh, sorry, literal theft. Ugh, it's an uncard. 6 mana sorcery. Gain control and ownership of target non-token permanent. Why did this have to be a silver border card? This could have been a regular card. There's nothing crazy about that. It's completely overpriced. It's crap. Control and gain control. Oh, ownership. We own the token. Does that matter? You own that card now. It's yours. It wasn't necessary. Anyway, okay. Passes. I think. This is the real crime. We're stealing somebody else's token. What's with the Pomeranian here? No, someone was being stoned, and Jesus told people only those who have done nothing wrong should stone him, knowing nobody has done nothing wrong, especially in original sin doctrine. Okay, you know what? This is a little over my head for me. I gotta go back to Sunday school, and by back I mean go for the first time. Okay, moment of impact. This no no art for you. You're gonna get nothing around here. Red instant. Start your engines. Oh, I got the perfect sound effect. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns. When an opponent loses life, max speed is 4. Moment of impact deals damage to any target equal to your speed. Starts at 1, increases once on each of your turns. What do you mean each of your turns? Like your upkeep? When does this trigger? I think this could be templated better. I know what it's trying to do. Start your engines is such an awful mechanic. Oh, is this real? Are they just repeating what actually exists, but at instant speed? Start your engines, fellas. The day and night cycle still sucks. Oh yeah, that's gonna go down in history as like the worst mechanics of all time, most frustrating mechanics. Is this a real mechanic? This is a new Ether Drift thing. Someone's just made a custom card out of it. The moment of impact. You're already sick of hearing it? Well, I'm hearing it for the first time. And to be honest, I'm pretty tired of it already. It increases once on each of your turns. When an opponent loses life, max speed. So they lose life, and then we get faster. You know, I don't like the sound of this sort of mechanic. It's like it sounds like you get stronger as your opponent gets weaker. I hate those types of mechanics. This is the type of thing that snowballs out of control. Okay, did I just disqualify a real card? Do we have something like that? Okay, maybe not. I've disqualified real cards before, once in a while. It's real and it's slow. Okay, well, we gotta let pass what's real around here. The Drunken Driver. Ah, this is a very Ether Drift flavored custom card show. It's a 3 mana 7/2 human, trample and haste. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1, increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. That is such a long reminder text. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice the Drunken Driver. Max speed, you can't sacrifice permanents. Oh, it's like level up. So when we reach like level 4 and we get to levels by dealing damage to the opponent, then we get like some sort of effect. I guess not an emblem, because the Drunken Driver can die. I don't know why the Drunken Driver can't sacrifice permanents. Maybe in their mind they can't sacrifice permanents. We don't have music? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, now you've got music. Pretty sure you got music now. I'm an idiot, that's all. But it takes full 4 whole of your turn. Yeah, I know. It's never going to happen. You know, it's probably going to be up there with that mechanic where you needed a cleric, a wizard, you needed a full party or something. Like, it was impossible. It's just so unbelievably unrealistic. You keep max speed for the rest of the game. Well, at least we got that going for us. Speed is an afterthought. Okay, This card's fine. Well, oh, wait a minute. It's Trample and Hate. It's basically strictly better Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning, by the way, unplayable. It's complete. We probably needed more power crept Ball Lightning at this point, and maybe this is it. My greatest hate for playing Ball Lightning is running into a first strike creature. First strike creature is just the hard counter to Ball Lightning. First time I ran a Ball Lightning into a Thalia Garden of Thraben, that was a very sad day for me. I learned the power of first strike. Anyway, Ball Lightning completely unplayable. The Drunken Driver can probably exist. Although this doesn't sacrifice itself. Okay, hopefully it's okay. Ball Lightning actually saw some play recently. What do you mean, what recently? What does recently mean here? Recently as in like 15 years ago? Drunk driving. Wow, we are just... All the puns are coming out here. How many drunk drivings are there? The Drunken Driver, the Drunk Driving, 3 mana for an instant, destroy target vehicle, max speed, destroy target creature. This card is terrible. It's really bad. It's a crappy murder. Jace was never the same after Vraska left with loot. That also doesn't make any sense. I don't like this card. Like, it's doable, but it's like a bad draft card. Like, we could do a lot better here, Coffee Crew. We could do a lot better than this. Urza, take the wheel. Get in, loser. We're going to... Oh, shoot. I was about to say the old name. What's the new name now? Ether Drift? No, it's not Ether Drift. What's the new what's the new plane for Ether Drift? I can't remember. Invention. I don't remember the damn thing. Avishkar! Get in, loser! We're going to Avishkar! That's what it is. Alright. Yeah, I'm just disqualifying. This card sucks. By all means, we could do a lot better than that one. Okay, we got Show and Fight. It is a blue, green, 3 generic sorcery. You and target player put a creature from your hand onto the battlefield. If both players do, the creatures fight. This is awesome! This is so cool. I love it. This is better than Show and Tell. You better have the best creature. And frankly, you know, the person playing with the 6 mana card, they're probably going to end up being the winner around here. But you never know. I mean, maybe not. They have to... How is this going to resolve? Oh, yeah, it would have to resolve immediately. It's possible someone's going to play... What's it called? Fiend Hunter? So you put the Fiend Hunter in play, and even though you fight the Fiend Hunter is still going to exile the creature at the same time. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card last turn does a similar thing. Okay, 100% it was stolen from Yu-Gi-Oh! I would bet very highly on it. My dad is bigger than your dad, bro. My dad can beat your dad up. This screams mono green. Well, you're not allowed to be in mono green here. You have to splash at least a little bit of blue over here. Okay, Bjorn gonna help us here. Jesus, let's punish the sinner by throwing stones. Jesus, may him without sins throw the first stone. No, I don't get it. I'm gonna have to... You know what, my brother... He knows a little bit about the Bible. I'll ask him to explain this thing. Okay, the last turn is way more complicated and confusing, even by Yu-Gi-Oh! Standards. Oh, is that what the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card is? This one's easy. You put a creature in play, I put a creature in play. They're gonna duke it out, and hopefully I win. So it's almost like... So what it's really gonna play out like is like a 6 mana, put a creature in play for free, and I make you discard a card, just the long way. Because instead of you actually discarding the card, I'm going to have you put the card on the battlefield. And then I'm going to blast it back into, you know, I'm going to blast it so hard, your grandparents are going to feel it in the grave. Custom AI cards when? We do that every, like, second Monday. We did that 2 days ago, Palo. Well, I saw that. Last turn was banned for a reason. I honestly don't think this card would get banned. I think this is a very expensive, like, put a creature from your hand onto the battlefield type of card. I think it would. It's not even clear to me that it would be even good. Okay, Winter Fox, our first super chat. Countdown to a doomed future. Just something interesting. I have no idea how it is. Okay, countdown to a doomed future on my private Discord. Countdown to a doomed future. Here we go. This is a colorless blue, white X legendary sorcery with split second. If I understand correctly, you need a legendary permanent in play or a historic permanent in play to play a legendary sorcery. Now it's got split second, so counter spells, you take a back seat. A target player loses the game after 20 to X turns has elapsed after countdown to a doomed future is cast, where X is the amount of mana paid for X to cast this card. The hell does that mean? None of that made sense to me. This is another Yu-Gi-Oh card. The final countdown. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. 20 minus. Oh, I get it. Yeah, you probably should have just wrote minus. Just looks like 20-X, 20 to X or something. That would make some sense to me. I think what you do, this is worded very poorly. Target player loses the game after 20 X turns has elapsed after countdown to a doomed future is cast, where X is... I think you should probably put something like, this card gets suspended with 20 minus X counters on it. When you remove the last counter, target player loses the game. Something to that effect. Yeah, big over-explaining of the X. Definitely too many X. Do we have a too many X spot here? Too much X! I agree. Big time, too much X. Oh, were you guys trying to say it was a Yu-Gi-Oh card? The last few cards were a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Or Yu-Gi-Oh cards... on this show, it's for cards with like way too much text. Very tiny font. I like what they're trying to do. Yeah, I see the idea. Okay. Template better. I mean, it's rubbish, honestly. You need a lot of mana. What it basically says is if you can pay 23 mana, you can win the game. Because that's just what it's going to do. You just need a lot of mana. Dreamer of Worlds, didn't you know Yu-Gi-Oh was on the bingo card? Well, it is on the bingo card. Show and Fight. That was a good one. Yet another Lotus variant. You know what? I like that they're breaking the fourth wall over here. 0 mana for an artifact. When this artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, add 3 mana of any one color. And this artifact is put into it. So you have to do some work here. Okay, honestly, broken. I think this card is still broken. There's just too many ways to sacrifice random artifacts. You wouldn't be able to do it immediately, but you do it later. Like, I think it's broken. What's the cheapest way we can sack permanents? Oh, no. Yeah, there's actually many ways to sack permanents. There's like, there are those cards that are like pay a black, pay a red, sack a permanent as an addition to casting the damn card, right? I'm pretty sure there's a few of them out there. Broken, still slow, print net. What? Some people are like, get the printers running here. Love to see this. Imagine they replace Jeweled Lotus with this. With yet another Lotus variant. They're like, we gotta sell packs. Wizards is like, we lost Jeweled Lotus, we're not gonna unban it, but guess what? We've got Jeweled Lotus at home. Yet another Lotus variant. You can play it on turn 0. You can play it on turn 1, but you do have to sacrifice it somehow. 1 mana black sack artifact or creature exists. Yeah, I think there's a lot of them out there. Torch the Tower and bargain. Ooh, that's a good one, Hastat. Play land, play yet another Lotus, bargain for Torch of the Tower. RSF A-Rock says busted with 6 or any other way to bring artifacts back from the graveyard. No, we're not. It's not broken when it comes back from the graveyard. It's broken when it goes to the graveyard. When this artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Although I hear what you mean. Like, if there's some way to, like, loop it from the graveyard, that's good, too. There's a lot of cards out there, like Mere Retriever and so on. But the deal is we do need the initial way to crack it. I mean, Krark Clan Ironworks also works with this. So you sack for, like, 5 mana. Crack the Earth, the Lotus. Triggers Prowess? I think that's the least of our worries, to be honest. It's probably broken. You know what? I mean, we've been around the block long enough. There are some fair Lotuses. I think Lotus Bloom is a fair Lotus, to be fair. I think it has not been, like, actually cracked broken. Yeah, that's all I have to say. There are very few Lotuses that are fair. Very, 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 very few. Basically has to say, you can't play this card until turn 4 or later. It's the only way to make a Lotus fair. But I'm surprised. You would think, like, a Lotus is broken at any turn of the game. Okay, Aberrant Stalker, a 2-mana 5/5 horror beast with menace. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a creature card from it. That player puts that creature card from their hand onto the battlefield under their control. Isn't this like Hunted Wumpus? So 2-mana 5/5 menace enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose. Oh, we get to choose? That player puts that creature card from their hand. Interesting? Like, do I have to choose a creature? Or am I allowed to fail to find? I guess not. You choose a creature card from it. But I guess if there's no actual creature, then they're screwed. I think this is a really cool card. Enters what? Ooh, maybe you haven't been around Quadizzle for a little while. Now it's we don't have enter the battlefield anymore. Now it's enters. See, that they got to save room on the templating of Magic the Gathering cards. If they don't put enters the battlefield and shrink it down to enters, they can add more words to the card, more abilities, more power, sell more packs. That's how it works around here. That's exactly how it works. I think it's an interesting design. 2-mana 5/5 is like it's up there on, you know, power level, but not too powerful. Still a lot of things. I mean, still dies to Dismember, dies to what's it called? The 1 red mana burn spell that deals 6 damage. 5/5, yeah, with 2. It's not. Is it 2 downsides? It's 1 downside, right? You choose a creature from the hand. That player puts that creature card on from their hand onto the battlefield. It's just 1 downside. Doomblade? Yeah, you can Doomblade the damn thing. Doomblade will work on your abhorrent stalker. Just bad with names of the cards these days. I'm just not with it. Yeah. Anyway, just doesn't die to lightning bolt. Is that a sloth? It looks like a gigantic sloth that's too big for a tree. Okay, I like this card. I think it's fair. What is this? Voracious Sunflower. There's some. Find the mistakes. Leave a comment with all the mistakes you found. The errors could range from templating, symbols, frames, consistency, color pie, breaks, artist credit, or rules breaks, and more. Assume each of these isn't introducing a new mechanic, and if they are, do they follow current design restrictions? What isn't a mistake? The color number isn't, nor the lack of a copyright, trademark, symbol, or a holo stamp. Voracious Sunflower, green 1 generic. No, it doesn't have a set symbol. Creature, plant. That's totally fine. Defender, as long as it's day, this creature has +2/+0. As long as it's night, this creature has +0/+2. You shoot, it shoots back. I don't see anything wrong here. Is there any spelling mistakes? Day and night cards have to start the day or night in their card text. What does that mean? Like, oh, day bound? Oh, I see. So we're missing day bound. What else are we missing here? So we found that a lot of you are quick to notice that it's missing. I did not catch that. I just caught the missing set symbol. That's all I could find. Oh no, what isn't a mistake? It's not even. I'm not allowed to use a set symbol as a mistake. Missing set symbol is not a mistake. How many? Oh, is there? It says find the mistakes, as in more than one. Day/night are usually modal face cards. Okay, that sounds good. True story. Or is this like a thing where it's not a modal face card, therefore it doesn't need daybound or nightbound, and it just has these mechanics for as long as it's day or night? That could make some sense. A card must, if it references day or night, have when X enters, it becomes day. Okay. Good day, crew. Who's winning? Well, there's not a lot of winning or losing during these talk shows. It's a community-based thing, you know. Mistake is that defender is unplayable. No, well, I mean, it's not good. Okay, I'm gonna just say it has mistakes, therefore it fails. It's not a particularly interesting card either. Okay, we have the Gate of the Unforeseen. This is a land. Tapped, add a colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only during an opponent's turn. Okay, I can get behind that thing. So it's a multicolor land, but not on your turn. On your opponent's turn. The gate opens not by choice, but by the turn of Fate's Hand. And looks like it's some sort of Lost Caverns of Ixalan card. The void is winning our minds. True story. Music high. Print for gate. Yeah, for anyone who needs more gates to their gate deck. Don't gates come into play tapped? Wait, this thing adds colorless mana. Basically like it's coming into play tapped. What's the difference? There is no difference. Nothing. I don't know if all the gates come into play tapped. The gate opens not by choice, but by the turn of Fate's Hand. Okay, pass. The Damned Valley. Damned Valley is a land. Damned Valley enters tapped. Damn. Tapped, add a red or a green. When Damned Valley becomes the target of a spell, transform it. What does it transform into? The Flooded Fjord. Tap to add teamer colors. Interesting. You get to add red, green, or blue. And originally it only adds red or green. So what's in if something transforms, it's still on the battlefield, right? It doesn't get exiled and come back. This is super mid. This is just like a worse version of a Triome, because a Triomes also enter the battlefield tap, but they don't have to be targeted to turn into the Triome. This is just a strictly worse Triome, in my opinion. Yeah, it stays on the battlefield. If it was a forest, you could target it with Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, I mean, there's some massive downsides. You can't find it with fetch lands. I mean, that might be a benefit in some cases. You know, it protects you from land walk. Your opponent won't get island walk or forest walk off of you, or mountain walk. Same thing with this, the Flooded Fjord. So people won't land walk all over you. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think it's better that you are able to fetch them out with your fetch lands to increase the consistency of your deck. Yeah, damn Valley. I hate this Valley. It is pretty bad, but the mechanic Zybers. So you like the idea of it targeting becoming buffed? Well, they should have buffed it into something better than this. I don't know what. You know what they could have done? It's a mount. Okay, I could improve it like this. Imagine it's just a mountain you can fetch, and it comes into play untapped, so it's a fetchable mountain. And maybe it can even be a mountain that... No, it has to be a mountain that you have to fetch, and it comes into play untapped. And when you target it, it transforms. So, like, it's like a fetchable, non-basic mountain with upside. But as is, I mean, it stinks. It's a strictly worse Triome, as far as I'm concerned. If you target with an enchantment, would you lose the enchantment when it transforms? Nope, because you would lose it if it said that you have to exile the card and bring it back to the battlefield, but transforming it means it's still on the battlefield. It's better than a lot of tap duels out there, but worse than triomes. So what you're telling me is this is budget land fixing. I suppose so. Nikachu improves card? Absolutely. Yeah, we can improve something. I improved something over here. All right, everyone. You also heard the music. And that means it's time to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. You know where I get my deck boxes, binders, singles, booster boxes, and more. I get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. And the hot thing out right now is Ether Drift. You see the spoilers. Why don't you pre-order the cards? Support the channel by pre-ordering your Ether Drift at FusionGamingOnline.com. Not to mention, there's always a weekly deal of the week. You always have to check out the deal of the week every week. 20% off all sleeves, inner sleeves, outer sleeves. You know you're going to get through those sleeves. Protect your cards at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, because when you use it, not only will you support the channel, you'll also get 5% off all your purchases at checkout. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. I play Magic Online, the digital format that you play all your favorite paper formats, but online. And with all those paper formats, you may not be able to own all the cards, but don't worry, you can rent them all with Mana Traders. You can support the channel renting using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your third month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_8GS. And now back to the our wonderful custom Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, we're going to take a look at one more of from the freebie section, and it's going to be off to the heavy hitting dono section. Eviction notice. Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody forgot to pay their rent for 6 months straight. Okay, blue. Sorcery. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Lame. Awaken 7. For 6 extra mana. If you cast this spell for 6, also put 7+1/+1 counters on target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. I guess that's okay. Like, whatever. Honestly, I think I would like this card a little bit more at instant speed. 1 mana is just too slow. Yeah, I know, like, sorcery speed. The front ability is terrible. The backside ability is not even really all that good either. So, if you cast this spell, I mean, no, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe at 6 mana, it's okay. No, but you need 7 mana. You need 7 lands in play, or 7 mana available to turn the land into a creature that you can block with at the same time. Too good for a draft common? I don't know. Privation to conviction to eviction. Interesting. Land has no trample. You got time before you get fully evicted. Yeah, you do have a little bit of time. Otherwise, you're going. What is this Awaken 7? The landlord? Don't make the landlord come and kick you out. I'm gonna kick you out for good. Okay, next we've got Super Chats galore. Starting off with The 4 Paths of Life, the Interstellar Explorers Part 3. Explorers. Okay, we're going to take a look at... Okay, Part 3. We're going to take a look at 3 cards, and then we'll get back to your last 2. So we got the Asteroidal Ice Field. This is a land tapped at a blue or a white. Now, if you control a vehicle, everyone is so hyped on vehicles, apparently. Ether Drift. Vehicles are, like equipment, are a very beloved card type. And I guess Ether Drift is going to satisfy the needs of the vehicle fam out there. Okay, if you control a vehicle, add 1 mana of any color instead. That seems fine. Pay 1, tap. Target crewed vehicle explores. Can't attack this turn. That doesn't seem like that matters, because you can crew a vehicle, attack, deal damage, and then, you know, activate this either mid-attack or not. You can, yeah, actually you could do this mid-attack, right? So I actually think that this ability sort of is pretty redundant, like it doesn't matter. You can activate before declare attackers. No, you have to activate after. So you can attack with the card, and then after you can even attack. You can even use this after blocks. It's an untapped duel with upside. Well, not really, because it's not an island or a plane, so you can't fetch it out. If Asteroidal Icefield was added to the hand while exploring, place it on the battlefield tapped. That's pretty cool. Screw vehicles and equipment. I want them to bring back fortifications. Fortifications! Yeah, 0 out of 10, not, not fetchable. How is it abusable? Just out of curiosity. So anyway, the card is fine, but this ability in the middle is redundant, because you can just attack, wait for your opponent to block, and then after they block, then you can crew it. Then you can explore it, and then either see if your creature gets bigger or not, like one way or another. This middle thing doesn't seem to matter. You should just say, pay 1, tap, target crewed vehicle explores. It can't attack this turn, is not relevant, because you can. It's just way too easy to play around. Just way too easy. I mean, there's worlds where this won't work. Like, let's say you go declare your attack, and then someone plays Richmond Port to tap your land. Then you're put in a position where if you want to explore, then you're not allowed to attack that turn. But I think it's like super niche and not really all that important. I mean, because they can't attack, text is abusable, as it doesn't work as intended. Oh, you know what how this does work? Whoa. We target our opponent's creatures. You don't have to just target yours. So you pay 1, tap. Let's say your opponent crews a vehicle, declares attack. I'm gonna make you explore, because it didn't say a target crewed vehicle we control. It could be anyone. So we could crew. Okay. So maybe this is relevant. So yeah, we can target our opponent's vehicle. They will explore, but they can't attack that turn. So it can be used defensively. Weird. Okay, interesting. Thought-provoking card. Yeah, I thought we have to remove that thing. The Engineering Officer. What is this, from Star Wars? Getting Star Wars vibes from here. 1 mana, 1/1. Fleet Artificer Soldier. Can only crew 1 vehicle a turn. Usually they can. This is usually how it works with crew. Engineering Officer gains the following abilities based on the number of level counters it has. Oh, God. Okay, plus, we got 2 plus, untap, put a shield counter on target vehicle, it crews. Plus 2, to untap, put a shield counter on target vehicle, it crews. Plus 3, artifact spells cost 1 less for you to cast. Plus 4, tap, search your library for a fleet vehicle card, add it to your hand, then shuffle. Level up 1. Shouldn't be level up, should be up here. I think that's the first thing. It's if it's a level up card. That was very confusing to me. Activate only once a turn. Okay, I think you can do that. Isn't pilot a real creature type? Why not use that instead of fleet? They like fleet. Maybe it's a Star Trek reference. I wouldn't say the face reminds me of anyone, but the costume looks familiar. Too complex for a common? Well, I honestly don't even look at the rarity. It might be too complex for a 1 mana card. Well, maybe not. Engineering Officer gains the following ability, so we can go level 1. So actually, we can't even level it up very quickly, because this is level 2. It starts at level... Do we start at level 1 or level 0? I think we start at level 0. So, like, turn 1, we play this. Turn 2, we level it up to level 1. Turn 2, we level it up to... Sorry, turn 3, we level it up to level 2, and then it can start doing things. That's really slow. think that's really slow, so I'll give it a pass. Pass for being sluggish. The Space Sail Corvette. That's what a Corvette looks like deep in the future. The year 2250. Maybe we have to go even deeper into the future. 4 mana for a 3/3 fleet vehicle, flying, first strike, barrier 2. Put a shield counter on this card when it enters. This card can't have more than 2 shield counters, but can block up to 2 creatures each combat if it is a creature. Whenever Space Sail Corvette becomes crewed, it gains a shield counter and the following abilities. If a fleet crews it, it has vigilance. That doesn't make any sense. If a fleet crews it, then it tapped to, crew it, which means like the vigilance is pointless. And then also untap target crewed vehicle. That's fine. Crew 3. Okay, now that last card, this card, I thought this thing was redundant. This ability didn't matter. Does anyone can figure out if a fleet crews a vehicle, is there any circumstance we want it to have vigilance? Or is it, maybe it's because of this, because it untaps. So you crew, you get to untap, put a shield counter. I guess that's it. I guess that's the only reason. This is really niche. I think the Space Sail Corvette gets vigilance. Oh, is it the Space Sail Corvette? If a fleet crews it, it has Oh, okay. Ambiguous. Too ambiguous for me. I hate it when they word it like that. I prefer it's like, if a fleet crews it, Space Sail Corvette has vigilance. Are they wording the magic cards like that? They just got it this, it that everywhere, and you have no idea what it's talking about? Nova the Space Wolf. To quote the Transformers animated movie, in the distant future of 2005. Oh, God. Yeah, it wasn't so distant after all. I should watch a bunch of space movies where they're talking about the year 2020 and the year 2005 and crap like that. And it's like, it's nothing even close to what they thought it was going to be. It's funny looking at those videos or those movies. In some capacity, we are way more advanced than they thought we would be in terms of like computers and phones and stuff. And then we are way less advanced when it comes to like cars and stuff. But we're working on our way. We're gonna have shooting robots with AI. Skynet is on its way. Skynet is probably gonna be some sort of, I don't know, what would Skynet be? Some combination of NVIDIA and maybe Tesla or something. Okay, templating is a little weird on these for sure. Something like Space Sail Corvette has vigilance if it was crewed by a fleet this turn. I like that. I like that modern artillery. That's our criticism. But otherwise, the card is fair, and that's really important. Xenon girl of the 21st century is only like 24 years away. I don't know what that is. I'm going to quickly look. Xenon girl. What the hell? Okay, well, it's not something I have to look up. ChatGPT. Oh, yeah, there we go. ChatGPT is Skynet. Yeah, it's going to become sentient one day. Just needs a robot body with lasers, and it's all over. Okay, we're going to look at, we're going to carry on. Move on to Damn Draws, because damn, you've got some drawing. No cards for me this week. Main computer is in the shop. 5 donos. Oh, okay. Then, well, in that case, we're going to wait out those at the end. Nova the Space Wolf will give you this one here. No double-sided cards today, thank God. Making the most of my 20 euros this week. Aspiring Chronomancer. So for anyone who never usually gets cards, you might get them today, thanks to Dadam Draws. Dadam is being very generous. Okay, we're starting off with Aspiring Chronomancer, the 2-mana 2/3 Shuriman Wizard. Is that like a new creature type? New creature type! I've never heard of a Shuriman anything. Shuriman. What is that? Like some sort of shaman? Is it euros? Was it pounds? Oh, it's can't tell. I think that's... Oh, maybe it's pounds. Whatever. Showreman. Showreman. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, when aspiring chronomancer enters, predict. Look at the top 3 cards of your library and choose one. Put the chosen card on the top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Pretty cool. No, that's solid. I think a lot of decks would play this. First, it is basically like Ponder. Second, it fills the graveyard. And it might see some play in a wizard deck for decks that might want wizards. So it could be a wizard enabler. Oh, it's the British pound sterling. I should have known better. Were you from London? That's right. I'm pretty sure everyone who's from the United Kingdom probably gets that. Are you from London? Most expensive place on the face of the earth, apparently. Where does the art look familiar? Maybe it's just that pose. The pose is just familiar. Oh, it's from Riot Games. So it's probably coming from another game. Nova the Space Wolf. Oh, wait a minute. Nova the Space Wolf loves Legends of Runeterra, I believe. There's all Legends of Runeterra stuff. Dimitri, we started the show with your cards, so you can just watch the beginning of it, and boom, it's there. Okay, next up we got Kariri, the Returned. Kariri is back, and with 5 mana, a 3/3, another Shuriman Wizard, or Shuriman Wizard. When Kariri enters, create an exact token copy of Kariri with no abilities. It's not even legendary. Then shuffle Kariri into your library. What? So we don't have the real Kariri. Would the real Kahiri please stand up? It's not possible because we keep shuffling it back into the deck. If Kahiri appears when you predict, reveal it, then put a +2/+2 counter on all Kahiri the returned you control. That is not going to work. You just have to put... Okay, whenever someone predicts, put a +2/+2 counter on all Kahiri the returned you control. That's all you have to do. There's going to be no moment you're ever able to be like, put this thing on the battlefield when you predict. You can't. Basically, when a trigger happens, you cannot do anything while it resolves. You have to wait for it to fully resolve. Works in digital? I think it works fine. You can have physical tokens of stuff. You just put a token copy of the card in play, and then you shuffle the original Kahiri back into the deck. Wait, Kahiri fate seals itself every turn. Does it? Create an exact token, then shuffle into your library. That's it. It just gets shuffled. You can't find it anymore. Oh, is the idea... Hold on. When Kahiri appears when you predict, reveal it. If Kahiri appears when you predict, reveal it, then put a +2/+2. No. I don't think it works like that. I don't think it's a Panglacial Worm effect. I think the idea is, if it's in play when you predict, you get the buff. So just word it like, whenever you predict, put a +2/+2 counter on all the Kahiri. On all just put it... This creature... Or yeah, you could put on all Kahiri you control. And then actually it compounds between the Kahiris in play. When you predict, you look at the top 3 cards. If one of them is a Kahiri, all Kahiri on the battlefield you control get a +2/+2. Oh! When you predict... Okay, so what you do is, when you predict... If you predict, you may reveal a Kahiri card. If you do, all Kahiri creatures on the battlefield you control get +2/+2. Yeah, this is a very, very, very awkward wording. But I know what you're going for, so the card is fine. It's super fair. Just, it's hard to get through. This art is awesome. Okay, Preservarium. This is a black-blue landmark enchantment. When Preservarium enters, draw 1. Okay, I like that. Vanishing 2. Well, it's not going to be around for very long. This permanent enters with 2 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. When the last is removed, sacrifice it. And when Preservarium is sacrificed with no time counters, draw a card. This actually would see a lot of play. I'm not gonna lie. This is basically a 2-for-1. I think this would see a ton of play, to be honest. And the blinking potential that some decks would get out of this. It reminds me of, it's very similar to an artifact. Help me, Coffee Crew. It's 2 mana. It's an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. But when it leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Feels like a Shadowverse card. Maybe it is a Shadowverse card. There's an artifact out there that has this exact same effect. It's not exact. There's no Vanishing 2. You have to sacrifice the artifact yourself. No, not Sauron Orb. Something Stone, I think. Oh, no, okay. Ichor Wellspring. Yeah, that's it. Ichor Wellspring is a 2-mana artifact. ETB, draw a card, but when it goes to the graveyard, you also draw a card. Same thing here. So you ETB, draw a card. You wait 2 more turns, you draw another card. It's a very, very, very nice card. I feel like these colors have a few 2-mana draw 2 cards already. This could be common. This is strong. Like, it's 2-mana draw 2. You're basically drawing a card for 2 mana. Arguably, it's even better than Expressive Iteration, because you are... maybe it's not better than Expressive Iteration, but it's a very good card. Why are people writing it when they mean this? It's custom card. Not everyone knows the templating, including me. Hefty is like, print this. All right, that's the ultimate sign of approval when people want their cards printed. All right, next up, let's take a look at the whole fleet of Brian Freet, the Zala Chronicles. All right, the Zala Chronicles. So we'll look at the rest of your cards later. Nova. Chronicles. Updated. Two updateds. You say this like I sometimes make videos. I export the video final, and then I need to change something. Then I call it final. The final, very last time updated. Zala of 1,000 forms, a black, blue, white X. That is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh my goodness. It's too much text. Okay, I gotta lean in here. Definitely a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Alright, when Zala enters, it connives X. Until end of turn, you may cast enchantment spells of mana value X or less discarded this way by paying life equal to their mana value instead of paying their mana cost. Okay, so you can pay life to get things in play. Once per turn, when you cast an enchantment spell, you may move all +1/+1 counters from target creature to Zala. Then if its power is less than Zala's power, destroy it. Oh, it got too weak. And then, Zala has 10 or more +1/+1 counters. It has Indestructible and Vigilance. So if Zala gets too big, it's too late. It's game over, isn't it? What else? You may cast enchantment spells of mana value X or less discarded this way by paying life. What the hell? What is the discarded this way? That sounds so AI generated. Oh, if it's discarded because you connived, you may cast enchantment spells of mana value X or less, discard this way. Paying life. Okay, so if we connive something, we can pay life. Yeah, connive discards. This is a little bit confusing, but I mean, okay. This thing has to get really big. I mean, the real deal is like playing this in a +1/+1 counters deck and then slowly sucking all the counters from your other permanents onto Zala, making it indestructible. Okie dokie. It works. Siphon the Soul. This is a 4-mana aura enchant creature. When Siphon the Soul enters, target creature loses all abilities. It regains those abilities when Siphon the Soul leaves the battlefield. That's redundant. You don't need to put that. It's just when you'd write it, enchanted creature loses all abilities. That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't need anything else. The reason for that is there's no ETB. This shouldn't be an ETB. It's just enchant creature. So the enchanted creature just loses all its abilities. The way you're wording it, it's like it's a trigger. And as an aura, if you lose the aura, the effect disappears. So the lose all abilities effect disappears when the aura disappears anyway. The enchanted creature loses nothing. Enchanted creature gains all abilities lost by the target creature. Enchanted creature gains all abilities lost by the target. Huh? Read the last line. The enchanted. Oh, there's some reason. The enchanted creature gains those abilities. Enters target creature, loses. Oh, you know what I missed here? Target creature. I thought it was the enchanted creature. Oh, I get it. So we're actually making some other creature lose its abilities. Oh, I my bad. Yeah, it's the old yoink and twist. We yoinking over here. And it's going to be our abilities now. An enchanted creature gains all abilities lost. Okay, that's nothing change needed. I misread this card the first time around. Yeah, exactly. Look at me. I'm the Ulamog now. A little weird because auras implicitly target when cast. So maybe it should say another target creature or something. Oh, I see what you mean. When it enters. No, it's just that it actually says when it enters the battlefield, target creature. Because it's not upon cast. It's now once it's on the battlefield, enchanting the creature, we're targeting something else. I think it's pretty... I think it's intuitive. I think it works. Yeah, it is a different creature. Nikachu can't read. You're right. Nikachu can't read. Where is this? There I am. Boggles are back. Well, I don't know about that. Okay, next up. Anyway, so this is a pretty cool card, I think, for 4 mana. And then we got Zala's Apotheosis. This is a black, blue, white, sorcery. Choose a creature. You may attach to it any number of auras on the battlefield. Then destroy all other creatures. The chosen creature gains X +1/+1 counters, where X is half the number of creatures destroyed by Zala's Apotheosis rounded down. It definitely works. We blow everything up. It's a very expensive board wipe. Also very clunky, I think. I do say, you know, I have to give you credit for wording choose a creature, because if it was target creature, well, then this whole card falls apart. Because you just destroy the creature in response, and then the card does absolutely nothing. It's super expensive, but that's what makes it fair. It gets it clear out of being completely disqualified. You may attach to it any number of auras on the battlefield. So you actually steal your opponent's auras. Yeah, it's... Oh yeah, ultimatum inspired. It's the aura ultimatum. This creature gets attached, not the aura. Choose a creature. You may attach to it, the creature, any number of auras on the battlefield. Then destroy all other creatures. The chosen creature gets X +1/+1 counters, where X is half the number. Yeah, I think it was worded properly. Chooses Yu-Gi-Oh terminology. No, not true. Magic the Gathering uses choose as well. Choose gets around Hexproof, for example, and Shroud. So that we have a bunch of choose cards. Definitely works. Okay, cool. Next, Super Chatter. We got, our wonderful Trent Sims. Crisis Abroad, the Autumn. We have a lot of cards today. Crisis. Sorry, aboard. All aboard! We have a lot of cards. 2 betrayals, fight for the library. Okay, I said I would. So here are some battles. Oh, God. Why? They have a new subtype, so they don't flip. Oh, thank God. I do enjoy that part. Okay, I gotta move them over. We can't see them properly. Crisis Aboard the Autumn. It's a 3-mana skirmish battle. It's got 5 defense. As a skirmish enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When Crisis Aboard the Autumn enters or is defeated, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment, then create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. I like that. Honestly, hands down, I think you've made battles better. We have people who already love the battles. I hate them. I'm not a huge fan of battles. And Maja says, you should ask for Ginka not to put my name on the bingo. It might not be there every week. Oh, that's part of the game, you know? You might be on the bingo, you might not. Where are you? You're over here. See, this is one of those somewhat difficult squares. Maybe it gets hit, maybe it doesn't. I was like, print the damn thing. This is how battles should have been designed. On top of that, because it's designed like this, we didn't need the wide frame, right? It could have just been a normal card. It could have been a normal card on the battlefield that you give your opponent. If it's got like that 5 defense, like 5 loyalty, and you just attack the damn thing. I think this is perfect. I hate this horizontal card frame and the flipping part. It's just too janky for me. Having the first battles have a subtype was a bad idea. This is a Halo-themed rare cycle of battles. Oh, is it? It's for the people who like Halo. Okay, that's a banger. We started off strong here. 2 betrayals, 6 mana for 3 defense. Flash. When 2 betrayals enters or is defeated, you may gain control of up to 1 target creature or vehicle. 6 mana to steal a thing, and then you know it's brutal. So you steal something, then it's harder to defend this thing, and then you steal another thing. I guess it's okay. It could be okay, and it has flash too. So you could, oh my God, you can steal it. Maybe this is too strong. 6 mana steal a creature. Does such thing exist? Maybe no. And it still has upside because you can kill it. You can actually play. Okay, this, you know what? This is broken. I'll explain why. So your opponent goes all out, attacks you. You play 2 betrayals, steal one of the creatures out of combat, and then you can use that creature to attack the 2 betrayals and then get another creature. Attacking with a stolen creature is big disrespect. These are definitely relatively cheap perma steals in blue. Yeah, it's super permanent. Very cheap. And also, I think at the very least, it cannot have flash. That's too much. Too much. I think maybe make it 7 mana and drop the flash, and it's more fair. Gain control is 4 without flash. No, but even there's no. Is there a single flash steal a creature card out there? Is there a single one? Is there a single one out there? I don't know. Mass manipulation is at flash speed. Hold on, what is mass manipulation? It's no, mass manipulation is sorcery. What is there a single flash steal a creature card? Yeah, not flash speed. Do you know why? Because it's too strong. It's way too strong for any control deck. So for that, I think this is just too strong of a card. You have to up the mana cost to like 8. Even maybe 8 is fine. Maybe 8 is fine. It's 6 is too low for flash speed. That's for sure. Way too fast. Like a control deck could easily play this. Very, very, very easily play this. Probably every control deck would play this. End of turn, steal your creature. There is a mass steal creature for 4. No, but it's not what I'm looking for here. All of them, if you have something like Heliod the Warped Eclipse. I'm not really familiar with, I'm not familiar with that ability. I'm glad someone else liked and used Skirmish. Commandeer, that's a bit different. That is, and that can't even hit creatures, by the way. Commandeer hits non-creature spells. Yeah, okay, so I mean, this, I don't know what, I think you have to up the mana cost of this, maybe 8, 9, or 10, if you want to give it flash. You can make it, it would be safer. 6 mana is fine if you just kill off the flash, that's it. So if you get rid of the flash, it's probably fair by itself. Okay, then we have Fight for the Library, a 4 mana, 4 defense. When Fight for the Library enters or is defeated, you may switch your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. I love it. I think this is awesome, especially since Demonic Tutor's not even good anymore. Like, it's like really mediocre. 4 mana to dig into your entire deck for a card basically takes a turn off. It's like a really expensive cycler. Blatant Thievery at 7 mana sorcery for each opponent gain control of a permanent. Yeah, I know. I understand. I understand those things, but there's no instant speed steal. Blatant Thievery is still sorcery. Dominate can steal at instant speed of an X or less. Dominate. GG card. But it's that is very, very, very expensive. Mana cost X or less. So like at 6 mana, you're stealing only a small creature. Or originally Skirmish was designed to have cleavable battles instead of flippable. Ah, yeah, I really hate the flipping thing. Anyway, I like this card. I like these. Honestly, love these battles way more than actual battles. Never really liked the real battles. Was never a huge fan. Okay, let's get 3 from a little MX Doom over here. The 3-color Escape Titans. 3. All right, what do we got here? We got Zaxor. Wait, oh, the Escape Titans? You mean like Croxa and Uro? But these are 3 colors? So this is a blue... So this is in Bant, the 6/6 Elder Giant. When Zaxor, Titan of Boundless Growth, enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, support 2, then proliferate. What is support 2? Like put 2 shield counters on it or something? It has escape, 4 mana, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. I don't know what support is. Support MTG mechanic. That is a real mechanic. Support! Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to N other target creatures. You may choose fewer targets at will. If a creature or any other permanent has an ability that supports, the ability can't target. So what, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on something? And then you get a 3rd. Support is cool. I want it more. I never heard of it until now. I'll have some more alien stuff by then. I liked Invasion of New Phyrexia. Rest of the battles were kind of meh. I didn't like any of the battles. Just have the double face cards to the side in clear sleeves and represent them in the deck by using blank cards that are included in booster packs and are specifically meant for that. I mean, like that's an option, but everything is clunky. Okay, 2 creatures get a +1/+1 counter. Thank you so much, Little MX Doom. That's exactly what I was looking to hear. Super fair card. Like maybe a little too fair. Enters or attacks. So when it enters the battlefield, it buffs the team. Then it gets sacrificed. I like it. I don't think this is broken at all. I'm just sort of waiting for something busted here. I'm thinking it's got to be like Uro. It's got to be like, what's it called? Flage. This is going to happen one day. They're going to make these cards after they finish the original 2-color Titan cycle. They go to the 3-color Titan cycle. Okay, we go into Arneth, Titan of Life's Cycle. This is a 3-mana 6/6. When it enters, you got to sack it unless it escaped. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, copy the next creature spell you cast this turn. That's got to be terrible. Because if you tap out for 3 mana for this card, then you basically get nothing. It just does nothing for 3 mana. This is a very, very, very poor card. Enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, copy the next creature spell you cast this turn. So you get 2 copies of the next creature spell. I don't think that's realistically happening at all. So if you tap out for 3 mana, you don't have any more mana. Copy Solitude. At what cost? You basically, you sack your Arneth, you sacked another creature in play. Like, you sacked everything. Like, this ETB is just backbreaking for you. It's, I mean, it's legal. It's a totally doable thing, but I mean, it's really bad. It's a huge, it's a huge investment. You're not going to play anything on turn 3, and then so you're basically saying you don't even want to tap out when you escape it for 4 mana. You're not playing another creature, or at least not anything good. So like the idea is, I guess if you have 12 mana, you escape it, and then you can copy your 8/8 or something, or sorry, an 8 mana creature. Being a Titan and not being busted / good, yeah, super flavor fail. What about without the sack creature? The card just doesn't do anything. The card demands that you cast another creature after it, which is just wishful thinking. Like maybe super late in a commander game. So it's basically saying super, super late in a commander game, this might be playable. And then early on in the game, it's like never playable. That's just the way I look at it. So copy the next creature spell you can, and it has to be something you cast, not someone else you cast. So I mean, doable, but very, very poor. Very, like, if you play with that card, you'll realize, wow, this card's just really not doing anything. Okay, we got Unith, Titan of Roiling Chaos. This is a 3 mana 6/6 Elder Giant. ETB, you got a second unless you escape it. Whenever Unith enters the battlefield or attacks, roll a d6. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a card with mana value equal to the result. Interesting. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a card with mana value. Oh, I guess if you roll a 5 and you don't have 5s in your deck, you just end up going through your entire deck and then shuffle it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random. Yeah, you do have to shuffle afterwards. That's totally. I mean, you want. It's a gambling card. Does escape count as cast? Yep. Can it target its own cast? Nope. You talking about this last card? It specifically said when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If that's what you're asking about. Until the end of your next turn, copy the next creature spell you cast. That's correct. For the last card. You only got. Well, I think the first one is fine. And this one's, it's gonna be fun based on the roll of the dice. Roll the dice over here. You might even find another Unith. So imagine you roll a 3, you go find another Unith. I guess not in Commander, because this will be the your only copy, but D6, yeah, exactly. D6 Cascade. But you have to hit the mana value. Not that or less. Yeah, Unith could be fun to build around. I mean, I guess the key is maybe have like 1 card at 1 mana, 1 card at 3, maybe not 3. Okay, 1 card at 2 mana, 1 card at 4 mana, 1 card at 6 mana. And then so when you roll those mana values, or maybe also at 1, 2, 4, 6, and your entire deck is 3s and 5s, for example. I think that you could build the deck around this. Roll into the other Titan that kills your own monster. Maybe. It would be on the stack, right? Yeah, then you can sack your Unith or whatever. Anyway, okay. Very doable. Okay, we're going to go back to the 4 passive life with the Interstellar Explorers. Part 3. Oops. We've got two-sided card, but not back-breaking. Flyer Deployment. This is a 3-mana instant. Sorry. 3-mana instant for each creature that crews target vehicle you control. Create a space sail flyer, a 1/1 colorless fleet vehicle artifact creature token with flying, haste, and barrier 1. While exploring with a creature you control, if flyer deployment was revealed and put into your graveyard this turn, it has aftermath. I don't even know what I just read here. Okay, for each creature that crews target vehicle you control, so you're casting this on targeting a vehicle. Then when I crew it, we create a space sail flyer, a 1/1 colorless fleet vehicle artifact creature token with flying, haste, and barrier 1. That's complicated. Why is this so complicated? While exploring with a creature you control. We mean while. So okay, yeah, so it's like if you explore, if flyer deployment was revealed, and put into a graveyard this turn, it has aftermath. Okay, so it gets... So this is more of... This turn, it has aftermath. Okay, so this is more of an alchemy card, where you're gifting... You're basically gifting flyer deployment aftermath if it's revealed and off of an explorer. And went to the graveyard. Yeah, if it's revealed off of an explorer. Very weird card. What is it? Oh, and this is the token. Our 1/1 flying haste barrier 1-er. Yeah, all of the space ones are an overcomplicated tribal. Imagine the arguments at the table. You know what? I would almost agree with you, Dreamer of Worlds, except I think like Magic cards in general are just ridiculously complicated. I don't know what they do anymore. I'm reading real cards, and they don't make any sense to me, especially since Wizards doesn't explain the mechanics on the card anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a similar archetype called the Cosmo mechanic. Oh, I got some actual coffee here, my coffee crew. Still sipping on my coffee, Okay, sure. This is fair. Not broken. The orbital station. I can't wait till we live a world where we can like live in outer space like this. Probably we're all gonna be dead by then, but come on, we gotta innovate real fast. 8 mana for an artifact fleet of fortification. So, isn't there someone out there that wanted fortifications back? Barrier 5, affinity for vehicles and fleets. Oh, okay, so fleet creatures and vehicles make this cost less. During each upkeep, put a shield counter on orbital station, then create a token that is a copy of target creature you control with mana value 1 or less. Okay. If fortified land would leave the battlefield, remove a shield counter from orbital station instead. Whenever you are attacked, you may have orbital station become a 4/8 artifact creature until end of turn, until end of combat, blocking attacking creature of your choice. I think that's just worded very weirdly. You can just say, if you are, you could put like so whenever you are attacked, you may have orbital station become a 4/8 artifact creature until end of turn. That's it, or until end of combat if you want. Saying that it's blocking the creature is not relevant. Isn't a multiple of a fleet called flotilla? I have no idea. How would I know? I hope it is. Man, Civilization 7 comes out on the 6th of February for the higher editions, and I'm fiending like a crack addict. You're gonna make some custom cards on Civilization? Okay, Algot says that's your own fault. There would still be reminder text if you actually read it, but you don't, so there isn't. Look, I read the reminder text sometimes. Okay, a second effect is redundant since shield counters kind of already do that. Okay, so I have no idea what this card does. Honestly, it's like, I mean, I can't tell if this is just way too much or way too little for the most part. Civilization 7 Gandhi with Annihilator 8. There's no Annihilator on this card. A murder of space stations. When do I get my Civilization 7 Gandhi that nukes stuff? What the hell? Is everyone like super into Civilization? Never played the game, to be honest. I'm familiar with the game. It's been around for forever, hasn't it? Captain WoW is like, have they ever done wall attacks in an unset? Well, I don't know. Overly designed, no doubt about that. Okay, I gotta make a choice. I am going to lean on no on this card because I have no idea how good or bad it is. I just have no clue. Yeah, we have 4 to 5 too. So you have to like you do have to put it on a land, but like at the same time, like I just have no idea if this is too powerful or not. And hold on, how does fortify work? Is it like fortification? That is so okay. Sorry, fortification is it's like an equipment. So we need enough vehicles and fleets in play to reduce the cost of this card and then fortify it onto the land. It's just too weird. I can't get my head around this card. Okay, next up, Nova the Space Wolf. No double-sided card. Oh yeah, we did that. But let's look at your last two cards. The Monastery of Hanaria. Okay. Monastery of Hanaria. Sorry, Hirana. Alright, this is 3 mana for a landmark. At the start of your upkeep, put a sanctuary counter on Monastery of Hinara if it does not already have one. Pay a blue, remove a sanctuary counter from Monastery of Hirana to recall a creature you control. A permanent that is recalled is put back into its owner's hand. Why are we like giving a name for, just return the creature back to your hand? So you put that, by the way, this would be at the beginning of your upkeep, put a sanctuary counter on Monastery of Hirana if it does not already have one. Oh, I guess you have to word it at the beginning of your upkeep. If Monastery of Hirana does not have a sanctuary counter on it, put a sanctuary counter on it. That's how it would be worded. And then pay for a blue, remove a sanctuary counter from Monastery of Hirana. And then it would be it'd be like blue. Yeah, you could put blue, remove a counter, return target creature you control back to your hand. I don't know if we need to keyword return a creature back to your hand. Doesn't seem all that relevant. That being said, very fair card. Very, very fair card. Constant self-unsummon, which honestly is not really the greatest strategy. You've seen the recall keyword before and you liked it then? My opinion seems to have changed based on my mood. I'm just reading too much today. Let me think. Okay, maybe the problem is that if we have to write out the reminder text, then all of a sudden it just doesn't matter anymore. Basically, Crystal Shard? I don't know about that. Templating could use some work, but it looks fine. It's definitely... Is it too maybe it's overcosted. Like, here's the thing. Bouncing your own stuff back to your hand is usually bad. Like, that's not something you want to do. There's a world where it's fine, like, and it's like it's 1 blue after it's on the battlefield, but you do have to pay the upfront 3 mana, so it's definitely doable. Probably would not be caught playing this card though. Okay, next up. Let's get one from Jack with Dominate. Isn't that like a real card? Dominate. It's called Dominate Instant Speed. I hope you like submitted it just recently because I can't find it searching it up. There's too many dominate cards. Where's your dominate? Where's dominate? Dominate. Do you have a more specific name, Jack? I can't find this thing. Instant speed, gain control of X cost. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you were talking about. Oh, this is not a card. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's the real card, dominate. We looked at that earlier. Okay, instant speed, gain control of X. Just don't know you wanted to share this card. All right, thanks, Jack. Okay, well, you wanted to share the card. Well, it sounds like I have to share it. Okay, dominate. There it is for everyone's viewing pleasure. The instant speed steal a creature effect. All right, we're gonna go back. Okay, that's one donation to some. Okay, we'll take a look at Benovsky's card. Can we have a Pedgeman card today? Let's see the Pedgeman card. That's got to be a super chat, right? Where's the dono to Pedgeman? Okay, there is a few of them here. Okay, let's take a look at Hina, the cursed one. One of the most recent cards donated, so. Did we skip Nova's last card? Okay, we'll go back to Nova. Don't worry, we're not too far. What was your card, by the way? Just let me know in the chat. Okay, 3 mana for a 3/3 Curse God. Bestow player. Interesting for 4 mana. Whenever another non-token curse enters the battlefield, you may attach Hina to target player, then create a token that is a copy of that curse attached to that player. These are too confusing for me. When Hina becomes a creature, return up to 3 curse from your graveyard to the battlefield. This doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, if you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura. I don't understand. So it can be a 3/3 on the battlefield. Whenever another non-token curse enters the battlefield, then Hina, we can attach Hina to target player, then create a token that is a copy of that curse attached to that player. So basically, we play a curse, and then both of them get attached. When Hina becomes a creature, return up to 3 curse from your graveyard to the battlefield. But then it triggers again, right? To go onto another player. I'm assuming this is okay. Curses are pretty bad for the most part. Like they're not strong at all. Hina be loving them cursed players. Yes. Some might say Hina is supremely bad luck. Why do bad things always happen to me when you're around? You're bad luck, Hina. We always miss the bus. The sports team never wins when you're around. Nothing goes our way. This is awkwardly worded, but I think it works. Okay, well, I hope it works. Okay, we're gonna finish this off. Or sorry, we're gonna get Nova's last card, the Swole Squirrel. Squirrel. Oh, I missed this one. Okay, we got blue 3, generic 3/4, Ionian Fairy Squirrel. Part squirrel, part fairy. 3/4. When Swole Squirrel deals combat damage, after the combat damage step, if Swole Squirrel has not been destroyed, then put +1/+0 counters on Swole Squirrel equal to Swole Squirrel's power. Oh my god! So basically, it doubles in size. Damage whenever it deals combat damage. Any combat damage reminds me of like Umezawa's Jite, in the sense that you don't have to deal damage to the opponent. You just need to deal any combat damage. Like you attack, they block, deal. We double up. We're not doubling up. Like we are buffing the power. So we go from 3 to 6 to 12. So it'd be a 12/4. Can still be killed by a variety of removal spells. Dies to Doomblade, of course. Brian's like, that Zybers as hell. Color Pie Break. This makes no sense as a blue card. It's a fairy. Fairies are blue. It's a special squirrel. Should be a blue/green card. It's a squirrel. Whatever, it's possible. You know what? I'm not a flavor judge here. I'm not going to judge. Oh, Dimitri is getting ready for some donos. There's donos to be had. I hate buff counters that aren't +1/+1. No, you're going to like it this way, so at least the damn thing is blockable and it will die. Otherwise, it just keeps doubling and doubling and getting bigger and bigger. You got to get those dice. You got to get specific +1/+0 dice. I'm sure they're out there. Cool, but yeah, should be green. Okay, we're in agreement. Should be green, but we like it. We think it's Zybers. And, oh, Lil MX Doom has some super chats. Okay, cool. Commander partner pair. Amina, pilot extraordinaire, and Oresh. Okay, let's take a look at this. Amina, pilot extraordinaire. 4 mana for a 4/3 human pilot. Partner with Oresh Grand Skyship. And then whenever you tap one or more creatures to crew a vehicle, untap those creatures. That's worded very well. This ability triggers only once each turn. You only need it to trigger once each turn. So whenever Amina, pilot extraordinaire, crews a vehicle, that creature gains trample and haste until end of turn. I think this is an absolute banger. This is perfect. This actually would make vehicles good. The biggest downside to vehicles is you literally have to tap down your creatures to crew the vehicle. And the vehicles really aren't that good. Most of the creatures are pretty bad. You think it dangers? I don't think so. It's 4 mana for crying out loud. Double crew, baby. Yeah, you can. You can crew twice. But you only get to untap her once. No time to explain. Get in the car. Get in the car, losers. We're going to Avishkar. Looks great as a vehicle commander. And frankly, those vehicle commanders are out there. Well, I'll tell you what. They definitely should have had this card in the new vehicle set. Ether Drift. It would have been perfect for it. If the creatures are untapped, is the creature still crewed? Yeah. It's still crewed. Don't forget Oresh. I won't forget Oresh! Little MX Doom. Okay, let's look at Oresh. Okay, this is a 5 mana 6/4 vehicle. It's a legendary artifact. A partner with Amina. Flying Ward 2. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks, it's very fun. Why would effectively a blimp have Ward? I would think it's more vulnerable than anything. A single arrow can take it down. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks or blocks, scry 1 and create a treasure token. Crew 4. Oresh Grand Sky Ship can be your commander. It's a card, honestly. I don't think it's anything crazier than most vehicles are. Fair bit of vehicle stuff today. Ether Drift is amusing people. Ooh, it's inspired a lot of people. 100%. People love to be inspired. But you know what? Like I can get a sense of it from every single week that we do this. People love their vehicles. There is this subset of people, they just want to make a deck based on vehicles and equipment. I'm not an equipment person. I think all equipment sucks. I'm also in the same boat with the vehicles for the most part. Most vehicles are just not strong. Vehicles' only one claim to fame, I think, has been basically Smuggler's Copter getting banned in Standard? And I guess it got banned temporarily in Pioneer. But outside of that, they're pretty bad. It's like just a bad card design. And I guess, what's it called? Pioneer has a combo deck based on vehicles with Grease Fang. But it's so niche. I hated vehicles on release. Somebody has never stared down a Sword of Fire and Ice in Standard. No, it's true. I never played against it in Standard. I don't know. Head Shredder is pretty cracked. Well, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Anyway, okay. Doable card. We've got 5, 6. Oh no, hold on. We can't dono yet. We're not on the dono stages. Corbinik, Kira False God version 2. You're resubmitting a card you've submitted before? Kira False God. Maybe this is new. Okay, 4 mana for a 1/5. Human. Oh, it's a human prophet. I thought it was a human project. Okay, Death Touch and Vigilance. Pay 1 life, destroy target clue. Its controller takes 2 damage. Ooh, what? Okay, interesting. If you could give your opponent a lot of clues, then this would combo off pretty hard. Tap, discard a land card. Target player gains 2 tap clue tokens. I spoke too soon. Okay, pay X. There's an additional cost to pay X life. Exile target non-token creature with converted mana cost X and all creatures that have the same name as it. It's an additional cost to pay life. Exile target non-token creature. I don't understand this last ability. We're paying X as an additional cost to pay X life. Exile target non-token creature with converted mana cost X and all creatures that have the same name as it. This makes no sense. Can't create a potato chip food token. Yes. I take the Lay's potato chip and put on your side of the battlefield. And when I sacrifice it, I am going to eat it. So if someone has 3 creatures with the same name, they all get bounced? What? Oh, you must be very far from... I have no idea what you're talking about, Brian. Corbinik, can you... Sorry, was this Corbinik's card? No, this is not Corbinik. This is a Corbinik card. I don't know if Corbinik submitted this. Okay, Corbinik. Question mark, pay X mana, pay X life, destroy target non-token, destroy... Oh, pay X mana. Well, then just put that. Yeah, how do we write that? Pay X mana and life. Oh, as an additional cost, pay X life. Oh, then you need to put the colon here. You put a period there. That confused me. I guess it should be X, pay X life, colon. I honestly don't know how to word it, but you can have a period there because this is the ability. And then you exile target non-token creature with converted mana cost X and all creatures that have the same name as it. Okay, so if I exile for 3, then it exiles everything. I was just confused by the period because it seems like X is the ability and this is like what ends up happening. Like you have to pay X life. There we go. There we go. The damn draws knows what to do. X, comma, pay X life, exile target non-token creature with X mana value and all creatures that share a name with it. Perfect! The damn draws. Exactly how we wanted to draw it up. Okay, let's take a look at some... we got some freebies! Thanks to the damn draws and many other people. Jack also is giving some freebies. Okay, we have 6 freebies today. 6 freebies. If anyone has submitted any cards, it looks like Dimitri has submitted some cards. You're going to get at least 1 card. The Lost Red Shirt. The Lost. You get 1 card. Make it count. Oh my god, it has no art. Also, I can read the whole thing. So it's black 1 generic 1/1. The Lost Red Shirt cannot attack. When Lost Red Shirt is murdered by an instant or creature, you may draw a card or gain life based on the power of all creatures on the battlefield. What is going on here? Yeah, no art, no art for you, as specified earlier. When it's murdered. So okay, when the Lost Red Shirt is put in the graveyard, or I guess if it's killed by an instant or creature ability, you may draw a card or gain life based on the power of all creatures on the battlefield. You would draw so many cards. Card based around a single instant. So basically, if we killed this creature, would that be fair? So basically, if we kill this creature with our own instant, we could like draw cards equal to the number of cards on the battlefield. Red Shirt is a black card with no art. Flavor off the charts here. Oh, is there something here? The Lost Red Shirt? I gotta Google this. The Lost Red Shirt. I'm not familiar. The Lost Red Shirt is a type of stock character in film or television that is a non-featured character whose purpose to the plot usually is to be killed. Oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, and they're dying! That's the whole point of this thing. Yeah. What even is proper template? We don't even know. So the purpose of this card is to die. I have no idea if this is fair. It sounds like you're drawing a lot of cards off of this if you can kill it. It's like 2 mana, kill this, probably draw 7 or something. This is mainly a Star Trek thing. Okay. It's good to know. All right, second. Do we have a second donation? I think I saw one from Benovsky. I want to donate Fixed Ray. Didn't you like donate too? Okay, we got Fixed Ray. I'll give you a super sound effect too. Okay, 2 mana for a 1/3. Lepori. White. If Ray is paired, unpair it. Pair Ray with another unpaired creature. They remain paired while both are on the battlefield. Whenever Ray or its pair would be dealt damage, prevent all but one of that damage. As long as Ray is paired with a creature an opponent controls, damage isn't removed from that creature. Can you even be paired with a creature your opponents control? Ray, Scholar of House Aiko. It's a Lepori creature. If Ray is paired, unpair it. Pair Ray with another unpaired creature. They remain paired. So here's the first thing I find like a little bit in danger. Whenever Ray or its pair would be dealt damage, prevent all but one of that damage. Maybe that's fine. It's like sort of another way of saying they're indestructible. It's from the game Paladins. Well, we play Magic the Gathering, and in Magic the Gathering, you cannot pair with an opponent's creature. So I think this ability is possible. It basically says the 2 creatures are indestructible to damage. As long as Ray is paired with a creature an opponent controls, damage isn't removed from that creature. I think that is illegal. It probably needs the Soul Bond keyword as well. Corbin likes this card. It's illegal. Yeah, it needs Soul Bond, but Soul Bond makes you pair with your own creatures. I'll tell you what. You add Soul Bond, you scrap this 3rd line of tax, and that's fine. And basically, damage can't be removed. Or damage isn't removed from that creature. Well, like, it doesn't even matter. Because you're always preventing all but one of that damage. I mean, if this was a 3 toughness creature and has 2 damage on it, like, whatever damage, it's all prevented except 1. Oh, I see. Prevent all but 1 of that damage. Oh, then it does die. So it take 2 hits. So it takes all but 1 damage. Huh? Prevent all but 1 of that. Whenever Ray... Oh, sorry. Only takes 1 damage if it takes a lot of damage. I'm reading this wrong. So it's like opponent Soulbound. I actually didn't want to use Soulbound because it has an ETB. Okay, I guess we have to make a new mechanic. The opponent's Soulbound. Make not bound. Soul Bond for one of your creatures and opponent's creatures. Call it Starcross. No, the opponent's Soulbound. Enemy Soul Bond. Ally Soul Bond or some crap like that. You become allies. Okay, I'm reading this wrong. You prevent all but 1 of the damage. So if you lightning bolt this, it takes 1 damage. If you block it, it takes its 2nd damage. And then finally, you have to basically hit it 3 times for it to die. But I think it's an interestingly designed card. It's not intuitive, that's for sure. Okay, we need more freebies. Anyone else have freebies for us? 1 freebie for everybody. Come on, Steve Cooper, you probably have a freebie. Could I get a 2nd and 3rd from Grab Bag of Cards? You can have 1. Okay, Grab Bag of Cards. Series 5, Prototype 5. Which one did we not do? I guess we didn't do the barrier smasher. 5 mana for a 5/5 gorilla with trample. No art for you. Barrier Smasher gets +1/+1 for each creature with Defender, Ward, Hexproof, or Shroud your opponent's control. But it can't smash through. Oh, I guess no. I guess it smashes through because of the trample. Permanents with Ward, Hexproof, and Shroud are targeted as though they didn't have those abilities. That is not the wording for it, or can be targeted. Permanents with Shroud, Hexproof. Permanents with Ward, Hexproof, and Shroud are targeted as though they didn't have those abilities. I have no idea if that's the right templating for it, but I understand what you mean. That's a pass. Light Code with Sulfur Spring Onset. Sulfur Spring Onset. Sulfur Spring. Sulfur Spring. Maybe Sulfur Spring? Oh, it's, oh, sorry, Onsen. I thought I wrote, I read Onset. The Sulfur Spring Onsen. It is a hot spring. Tapped at a red or a white. Tapped at a colorless. You gain 1 life. Why are we gaining life for adding the colorless? Sacrifice a token. Untap Sulfur Spring Onsen. Oh my god, it's like, it's a free sack outlet. What the hell is going on here? Nikachu struggling to read. Oh yeah! When you go 2 hours into reading these tiny text cards and the chat, it's not easy, Coffee Crew. It's not easy. How I've done this for like 3 or 4 years, I have no idea. Yeah, it's possible. This card, it's just it danger. It is a legendary Boros. It's a 3-color land with upside, not downside. And you can sacrifice tokens to untap it. This has got to be broken. Just strictly broken around here. Finally, a good red-white land. Finally, a good one, and it goes straight to jail. And it should go to the corner and think about what it's done. I don't know how to fix this card. Probably, I don't know, remove the token untapping ability. Infinite combo piece. Is it possible? Can you make tokens for with the mana that we use? Yeah. Oh no, I'm jailed. Yeah. Once per turn would go a long way. Oh yeah, for sure. So you there's like so many cards that make tokens for 1 mana, and then you just play this and it's effectively ramp. It's not quite the same. Some cards care about the keyword itself. Fair Modern Horizons 9. It's not that broken, but it's like clearly unfair for a land. It's doing a little too much with no downside. Like maybe it's okay, you know how you could make this fair? Add white or red, lose a life. That might go a long way. Also, okay, how about this? Okay, how about this? Add red or white, lose a life, scrap this colorless ability that gains you life, and then you can still have the sacrifice token thing. So you get the ability to untap this land, but you're going to pay for it in your life. That actually might make it. The downside is that it's legendary. Yes. Yes, it's a downside, says the commander players. Yes. It's a legendary land. I can only play with one of them. Only one of them can be in play at any given time. Oh, there's so many ways to make infinite tokens to break this. That's why I say, just as a sack outlet or with the mana. Well, if you want a free card, you gotta name the cards. Okay, I'm gonna say broken. I'm gonna claim it's broken. Okay, there's another card. Algot wanted a free card. Okay, no card yet. I use a dono for a custom card for every video game I've played. What is this? A custom card for every video game. Custom card For every video game I've played, day 4 Baba is you. Hold on, what the hell? Day 4. Day 4 Baba. I can't find this card. Did you just post this, Algot? Custom card, which found on Reddit. You can't post on Reddit. It's got to be here. It's got to be done here in the Discord. Instructions below. Because I hate using Reddit. Okay, Fat Nuggets. True to nature, you're gonna get this real one. The real Maxim. Fat Nuggets. There, Fat Nuggets. It's pork. It's a little Porky the pig over here. 4 mana for a 4/4 Demon Boar. Ooh, a companion. Each non-land card in your starting deck has at least 2 colored mana symbols in its mana cost. Okay, each non-land card in your starting deck has at least 2 color. Okay, so we have to be color intensive here. Tap, add 3 mana of any one color. This mana can't be spent to pay generic mana costs. So it's basically, what's it called? It's a cheaper, not cheaper. It's like a variation on Gigantha, because Gigantha was like everything nothing could have 2 or more. And this one is everything has to be 2 or more. Bacon Lotus. I like that. It's a good joke. Oh, it's not yours. I just found it. Wow, I don't work on Reddit. Reddit should require a minimum of 15. You know what? I like your idea. Everything is possible on this show for a price. I like your idea, Dimitri. That's a perfect idea. It's $5 in my Discord, $15 on Reddit. I'll take that. The art for that would be sick. No Soul Ring. Yeah, you can't play with Soul Ring. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. No Soul Ring. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of people I play with. They don't have Soul Ring in their deck. They just think it's boring. And sometimes it just doesn't work in their deck because the deck's so color intensive. Like this deck might be. Just full of like 5 man, like Wooburg bunch of cards. Hedgeman, you already got a card today. There are some poor people out there. They don't have a card at all. They don't get cards. Period. Okay, this card works. A lot of people would like to play Gigantha, the sequel to Gigantha. Okay, we have one more freebie. Thanks to Jack. Jack was. Well, tried to get Dominate on the show. Did not get Dominate. Okay, one more freebie. Who is it going to go to? But I need a card. Is this a card? Erratic Variable? Erratic Variable? It is! Bruce, congratulations. You're on the show! It's a blue enchantment. Each instant and sorcery in your graveyard, library, hand, and in exile are all spell types. Oh, all spell types? Each instant and sorcery in your graveyard, library, hand. So basically, everything is an instant. Hold on. Okay, a spell type is any subtype used for a further classification of an instant and sorcery. Examples: Adventure, Arcane, Lesson, and Trap. Oh God, how do you use this? So while it's in play, like everything's a trap card. You're getting trapped. The Baba is you card is now posted. Okay, I guess I'll look at it. I was gonna say Ramp Benovsky, but most of those are single pip. Oh, is Splice a thing? So we splice so is everything an arc? Yeah, everything is an arcane card. So finally we can splice onto that colorless AI card, if anyone even knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, splice onto anything. The arcane part could easily... Well, probably not. Turn to Mega Tarmogoyf? No, because Tarmogoyf only looks for, like, super types, not subtypes. Tarmogoyf doesn't care if the card is an adventure, arcane, or lesson, or trap. Only cares if it's an instant sorcery, planeswalker, land, etc. So is it each instant? And it only affects the instant and sorcery cards. It doesn't affect it doesn't affect lands, doesn't affect creatures, and so on. Cool. Cool. A very thought-provoking card. Okay, we do have another regular super chat. We'd like to dono to Steve Cooper's grab bag of cards. Also templating for the first cards should be something like creatures can't have or gain shroud. Yeah, something like that. Okay, grab bag of cards. Grab bag of cards. So you bought for Steve Cooper 4 cards. Okay, we'll get from Steve Cooper's Series 5. Did we do this one? Card name 3, tap. You and target opponent choose one type of colored mana or colorless. Add 1 mana of each of the chosen types. That opponent adds 1 mana from the chosen types at the beginning of their next main phase. What? What does this do? I don't understand this card. We did this last time? Thank God. Okay, we'll go to the second one. If we did it, I don't remember what was the verdict, how it worked. Bloodline Inferno, 5 mana instant. Steve, you did not repeat the same name as in the title over here. You renamed it Blood Inferno. Bloodline Inferno deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of creature types that creature is. So if it's 3, this is awful. It deals to target. It should be to each creature for 5 mana. For 5 mana, this card's pretty bad. Oh, it's really bad. We did this already as a bingo space. Oh! Where is this? We did this already. We did that already indeed. All right, cool. It's funny to obliterate a Morophon. You should be able to do that for 1 mana. Okay, I'll tell you this much. I honestly... yeah, destroy target... It would be basically destroy target changeling. How many creature types do changelings have? I don't know. I think this should be 1 red. And I think it'd be super fair. Like, I think it'd be so fair at 1 red mana. Because it's dealing... It's going to deal mostly 1 or 2 damage to creatures, mostly. And then some creatures will get dealt... Very, very few creatures will be dealt 3. And then changelings, basically say, like, deal an unlimited amount of damage to changelings. That's fine. That's totally fine. It should be. Right now, it's like half a shock most of the time. It's mostly just... It's like a lava dart or a crap or a shock. So I think this could be 1 mana. So it's definitely doable, but like it's just super outrageously expensive. So we've never done your other grab bag of cards. All right, so we have 4 donos on the way. Okay, 4 donos. Because we only did that massive donation. We're not done. We have donos to deal out. Anyone else have some cards? Or am I going to have to start grabbing... Oh, no, okay. Algot wanted a card. Baba is you! This is giving me some sort of Eastern European cartoon 1970s vibes. 3 mana for a 1/6 sheep. If a spell that targets you could target Baba is you, you may have it target Baba as you instead. You know what? I can't believe it. I understand what that means. As confusing as that sounds, I actually understood the entire damn thing. So effectively, if someone tries to target you, you have to target Baba. Baba is you! For as long as someone's trying to target you. Is that a fake trap Yu-Gi-Oh card? Yeah, it's sort of like a Spellskite. You're right, Andrew. 100% Spellskite. Huh, you target Baba is you with your mill spell. Well, you can't target with a mill spell. It doesn't work like that. The card name explains the card perfectly. Yeah, Baba is you. I think this is perfect. This is the card of the show. I like it a lot. My favorite part of this card, I understand what it does. Template is perfect. It's got like the misdirection or divert templating, which is perfect. Okay, so what are we missing here? Corbinik, you already got a card. Okay, I'm gonna try to go up the See if I can find some cards. Okay, we have 3 more to donate. What implies any effect could instead target Baba. No. If a spell that targets you could target Baba, which milling can't. Milling cannot target Baba. Okay, let's see if there's anybody here. Okay, this person didn't get a card. Who's this? Who are you? Heroic Harry. Reach the Fleshes. This is a 5-mana sorcery. Each player puts cards from the top of their libraries into their graveyard until their fleshes have been reached. The fleshes have been reached if 7 or more creature cards are in the graveyard. Is that actually a flavor foil? Isn't the flesh has been reached when the cards get exiled? I think. Oh, we're at the 2-hour bingo spot. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's threshold. Where's the 2-hour mark? Here's the 2-hour mark. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, this is threshold, not fleshes have been reached. The fleshes have been reached if 7 more. Oh no, it says creature cards in our graveyard. Creature cards, not regular cards. So this is like creature threshold. Don't give up hopes yet, Pedge man. We still have some time. We still have time. Oh! The Fleshhold. Sounds wrong. But it's at the same time, it's right. This card votes Death Goblin. Yeah, land gets exiled from the graveyard. So my only problem with this card is it goes against what the fleshes being reached even means. But it's a doable card. It's just each player puts cards on the top of their library until their fleshes. Oh, this could be a 1-card win condition versus some decks that don't even have many creatures. Could be busted. Versus like against a control deck, it's just an instant win. It's like the ultimate milling card. Interesting. Like, actually, a mill deck would play this card, and it would be really strong versus the right deck. It's it, Con. It was like, in AI fashion, it uses the wrong reminder text. Rest in peace to instantly mill the table. Yeah, that would work. It'd be a 2-card combo. Nothing wrong with 2-card combos in Magic. Nothing wrong with it at all. Just have Leyline of the Void and they mill until death. That works too. Leyline of the Void. It's cool stuff. Oh, by the way, Steve Cooper says the total number of creature types is 300, by the way. Wow, clean 300. Okay, let's move on to another card. We have, what is it, one more freebie? I think Lightcode got a card so far. Did Lightcode, did you get a card today? Pretty sure you donated. Okay, well, okay, I can't remember if Lightcode donated or not, so I'm just gonna give another one. 3 mana. It'd make me feel so bad if Lightcode did not donate, and then I skipped it. 3 mana for a 2/3 Dark Elf Rogue. When Sanity Thief enters the battlefield, choose a creature. Sanity Thief gains all activated abilities of the chosen creature, then that creature loses all its abilities. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate abilities of Sanity Thief. This is what is this? The opposite of Insanity or Thief of Sanity? Is that what the card is? Choose a creature. It gains all activated abilities of the chosen creature. Then that creature loses all its... This is like the same... This is the same as that aura, but it's a creature. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate the abilities. Okay, sure. It's a ability stealing thing. Why is half the card black when it's mono blue? I guess it's a templating problem. The real Maxim. We'll give you one. Is this a 2-card? Is this a 2-sided card? Bloodthirsty Altar, black artifact. Tap. Put a craving counter on target creature. Whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodthirsty Altar. Then, if 5 or more creatures with craving counters on them died this turn, transform it into Ravenous Cannibal, a 1/1 flying trampler. Ah, yes, the trampling 1/1. When it attacks, put a craving counter on up to one target non-land permanent. When Ravenous Cannibal dies, target opponent sacrifices 2 permanents with craving counters on them. Did I say bloodthirsty Alster? I probably did say that. It's a bloodthirsty altar. This is really hard. Well, I think this card's pathetic, right? This is really hard to flip over. Put a craving counter on target creature. When it dies, you put the +1/+1 counter on the bloodthirsty altar. Then if there's 5 or more creatures with craving counters on them, died this turn. That's a lot. It's like you have to first put craving counters on the creatures, wipe the board, and then you transform it into a 1/1 flying trampler, which frankly, not it danger. It's the opposite, inverted danger. As far as I'm concerned. Does it keep the counter when it flips? Yep. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Oh yeah, it's gonna keep the counter, so it's gonna be bigger. Oh, you're right. You thought about that thing. All right, doable. Do we have any other cards left? Okay, Pedgeman wanted a card. Pedgeman's like desperate. Like one more. Didn't we do this already? No, no, not that one. Oh no, you're talking about this card? There was an aura version of that card. You want ice cream? Ice cream. People cheating a bunch of two-sided cards on the show. All right, we're gonna finish the show with ice cream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. Looks like a Winter Fox card. This is ice cream for 3 mana. Blue snow in a generic. Snow sorcery. Each player creates a food token. Then for each food on the battlefield, you may tap a creature and put a stun counter on it. Everyone gets a food. Then for each food on the battlefield, you may tap a creature and put... That sounds insane! Ice cream for 3 mana. For each player, you may put a stun counter on tapped creature they control. Then each opponent mills 3 cards for each stun counter on the battlefield. That's fine. For each player, you may put a stun counter on a tapped creature they control. Each? For 3 mana? I can't tell if this is good or bad. This card could be either worthless or very useful. Ice cream and brain freeze. Oh yeah, the ice cream waifu. Oh, we got a waifu card. Where's our waifu card? There we go. You guys can't see it very well. Whoop. The left side is gnarly. I think it's very... I'm scared of the left side. Each player creates a food token. Then you get to stun 4 creatures. Maybe it's not so bad. Then for each food on the battlefield, you may tap a creature and put a stun counter on it. It's sorcery speed. You know what? I think I'm over-exaggerating. If they're both sorceries, it can't be broken. Okay, well, that is going to be it for the day. You love Custom Magic the Gathering cards? Oh, of course you do. That's why you keep showing up every single Wednesday. But we do this we have the show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to all the support from the patrons on Patreon, the members on YouTube, but of course, the coffee crew who donates to be part of the show and even donates so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much for your suggestions, your commentary from Andrew, Pozertron. We got Autumn, Pedgeman, The Real Maxime, Lightcode, Dimitri, Kano, Trent Sims, Andrew, Damn Draws, Brian, Benjamin, Little Deadfly, Pedgeman, Dinglebag, Benovsky, Catch Up. Because where would this show be without all of you and your creative custom cards? So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.